Okay, what is up, Jam Fam? Welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to be explaining to you guys where I have been, what has been happening to me the last month or so that I have not been posting on YouTube. If you are new here, my name is Jamia and welcome to the Jam Fam. In today's video, it's just, oh my gosh, it's really crazy, but I had to do an intro at the end of the video because I was just so emotional. You guys are gonna see exactly what I'm talking about in the video. Do not judge me in this video because I'm like literally like crying the whole time, but whatever. It's just something that I had to get off my chest and I felt like I should like post it. Hi, Jam Fam. Oh my gosh, I look so bad. I just been having like the most horrible last few weeks, and I just felt like getting on here to talk about it. I don't know if you guys want to listen to this, but I'm just going to be talking about my job and what's been going on and like different things, because I just feel like talking about it and venting and just getting it off my chest so I don't have to talk about it anymore. Okay, so we're gonna start off with, wait, let me get myself together because I sound stuffy. Alright. Okay. You've had enough time to cry. No more. It's just like it's so disappointing when like you feel like nobody cares, or like it's annoying. I hate that I'm like so nice to people and they think that they can run all over you and do what they want to do to you and say what they want to say. I just hate that I'm really nice. But I'm gonna get it together and I'm gonna tell you guys what's been going on in my life. Okay. Okay, so I'm not even like the type to be like emotional and stuff. I mean, like I cry sometimes, but just like not all the time because I don't let small stuff get to me. But the last month or so, my life has been like so crazy. Okay, so we're gonna start off with what happened to me like a few weeks ago. There was this customer that came in. He was a white guy, an older white guy. He came in to the self-checkout register and he was asking me, was there any registers that took cash? And if you guys know, Walmart is not taking cash right now, as of right now, because there's a coin shortage. So we have to explain to the customers that there's no cash. They have to go to the registers if they want to use cash. So I told him that he had to go to a register, and he got really angry with me. And he mumbled something under his breath, and he went to the very far end of the self-checkout register area, and he started checking out his groceries. And I felt so bad. I was like, aw, that's so sad. Once again, me being the nice person that I am, I try to put his feelings before mine. And I was like, oh, that's really sad that he's like disappointed about the registers not taking cash. So I took it upon myself to go over there and talk to him and ask him if he needed any help on his register. I need to stop crying because this is not good. Okay. All right. Okay. So I took it upon myself to go over to him and ask him if he needed any help, like ringing up his groceries or like, you know, just checking out. I was gonna do it all for him, but he got an attitude with me, and he was like, he just looked at me when I asked him did he need any help and if everything was okay. He just looked at me and then he looked away, being rude and disrespectful. Then I was like, well, okay, all right, he doesn't want any help. So I just walked off and I started helping other customers in the area. See, I'm on the big end of the self-checkout area. There's a big end and there's a small end. So it was me on the big end, and on the small end it was another employee. So with me being on the big end, it was really busy at the moment, and there was about 5 or 6 customers that needed assistance. So I was helping them. His light was going off. I saw when his light went off, but I had to help the other customers first before I went to him, since he was on the very far end. So time I got to him, his register timed out, and when your register times out, that means you're gonna have to ring your groceries up again, and you're gonna have to start over like from scratch. And he had a cart full of groceries, guys. So I told him, and he was really like, he wasn't even upset anymore. He was pissed. He was furious. So I happened to turn around, and there was another customer who needed my assistance like a few inches away from him. So he's behind me with his cart, and I turn around and I'm helping the lady that needs my help. She's asking about a barcode. She's like, oh, this item doesn't have a barcode. Could you put the price in for me? I don't know what the price was, but is it possible that you can type something in to where it can come up? And time she asked me that question, the guy takes his cart and he rams it into my left side. He rams his car into my left side, my back left side, and it kind of shocked me. Like, I was so surprised. I'm not sure if like he did it on accident or on purpose, but I turned around and I looked at him and I was like, sir, did you really just ram your car into my left side? Like, it's not that serious. Like, just go to a register and get checked out. And he looked at me. He did apologize, but you guys know when someone y'all know when someone is giving a real apology and a fake apology. His apology was not real. It was not real at all. Like, it was one of those like snarky apologies, like, oh, you shouldn't have been in my way type of apology, like your register shouldn't have timed out type of apology. Like, it wasn't a real apology in my opinion. I just felt his energy, and I'm good at feeling people's energies and reading people's energies. I know that was not a real apology from him. After he hit me, he was still mad, and he took his cart. He knocked it across my left side, and then he walked off really fast, and like fast and angry type of walk off. And then he went to the self-checkout registers. I immediately went up to the customer service area, and I told the CSM that was on duty. I let her know what happened, and they went up to the guy and was asking him questions and stuff. But after they asked him questions, they just dropped the situation like nothing happened. So I took it upon myself to call my mom, and after I called her, I ended up calling the police. They got his information and everything, and I was rushed off to the hospital. Ever since that incident happened, I've been having like these terrible pains in my left side, my left back side, and it hasn't been fun. Like, it's not the same. Like, I know it's not from the baby. Ever since I got hit, it's just like a different type of pain on my left side. And I know like the baby's okay and everything because I got monitored, his heartbeat was great, everything was good, but me, am I okay? I've been having like extreme pain on my left side. I've been having a hard time like working since the incident, like walking. If I stand up for too long, like my side starts hurting, my back starts hurting in that exact same spot where he hit me. No other spot, just that spot. Like, it's just been different, and I can tell a difference. The only reason why I told you guys that story is because we're gonna get into this story that happened recently with me and one of the supervisors or CSMs. I didn't know she was a supervisor, but they switch them up every so often. So yeah, she's a supervisor now, I guess, or CSM, or whatever you call them. I don't know. Yesterday we got into a little disagreement. She asked me to get on the register, and I told her, I was like, I can't get on the register. My back is hurting, like, from where the guy hit me, and I'm carrying a baby, and I don't need to be on the register. I'm like 35 weeks pregnant. Like, what don't you understand? That is not good for me to be on the register. Moving, twisting, lifting heavy stuff, like that's not good for the baby. It's not good for me. Anything could happen. Something could happen. Like, I could have like a freaking miscarriage or something trying to do duties being on a register. Like, nobody has time for that. I already went through one incident. Now here's the next. So I told her that I couldn't get on the register, and she was like, do I need to ask the head manager if you can get on the register or not? Nobody told me you couldn't get on the register. And I looked at her, I was like, really? Like, you know my situation, so why you want to stand here and act dumb like you don't know what just happened to me, or you don't know that I'm 7.5, 8 months pregnant? Like, what is wrong with you guys? Like, why aren't you being considerate of my situation when there's other people on the floor that you can get to be on the register? Why you want to choose me out of all people? I know that there's a lot of people that have called out because of COVID, or just called out because they wanted to call out and didn't want to come into work. So there's a shortage, kind of, sort of, for employees. So because there's a shortage, you want to throw me on the register. Like, no, you're not gonna do that. How about you get on the register? She told me to go to the register while she stood in the GM area, the small GM area that I was in. She was like, Jamia, you go to the register and I'll stand over here in your spot. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. But anyway, she was asking me, did she want to go ask the head manager? And I was like, yeah, you can go ask her if you want to. So the head manager ended up calling. She came back to me and she was like, the head manager wants to speak with you. And then I was like, okay, I'll go talk with her. So I went to the office, excuse me, and I talked with her. And she was telling me that I needed documentation for me to not be able to be on the register. They wanted me to have a doctor's note or like some kind of documentation. But I just don't get why they aren't being like 100% understanding. They know I'm pregnant. They know what just happened to me. Like, what aren't you guys getting? Like, if I could be on the register, I would. Like, I don't have a problem with being on the register. But my back kills me when I get on the register now. My lower back, where I was hit. And I'm carrying a baby. Like, come on. He made me go to the office, talk with the management for a little while, and we had a little conversation. I was telling her that I understood, and yeah, that was the end of that. So today I went in at 5 o'clock. I had a short shift today, 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock or 9:30, which was not that bad. I honestly, like, I didn't want to go in anyway, but I kind of forced myself to, because I was like, you know what, I need to make money, I need to do this, I need to do that. So I'm just gonna go in, go ahead and get these few little hours out the way. So I clock in. So I'm walking on the floor, and I happen to see the lady that I got into a little altercation with the day before, like a disagreement with about the register the day before. So I have to go up to her anyway, because she has to place me somewhere. She has the chart, and she either places me on the floor, on the register, blah 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 blah. Y'all know how that goes if you ever worked at Walmart. But as I'm walking up to her, I hear her having a whole conversation to two other employees. It was just one other employee, but there was another employee sitting where she could obviously hear what they were talking about. They were having a whole conversation about what happened the day before, and I hear her mocking me, like what I said to her, and then she went to tell the head manager. And I'm just like, really? Are you serious? Like, this is what you're gonna do? Really? And you know I have to go over there and talk to you, and it's gonna be so awkward standing in front of two other people who had no business knowing about the conversation, unless you either wanted to talk to them in private, or I don't know, but like, it was just gonna be awkward. So I was just like, you know what, it's gonna be awkward, let's just have her go ahead and finish the conversation. So I went up to her and I was like, okay, I'm here, you can go ahead and finish the conversation, finish what you were talking about. She was like, I can talk to her because she was talking to the girl that was standing beside her. But she was like, I can talk to her because she's a CSM, and CSMs talk to CSMs about different type of stuff like that. But what about the other girl who was sitting in the corner, the other employee who was sitting in the corner listening to y'all the whole conversation? What about her? You can talk to her too, because she over there listening, ears open, eyes wide, listening to the whole situation. Like, she saw the whole thing, but I don't really care. Anyways, so I was like, I don't even know what I said. We were just going back and forth. which was really embarrassing because I don't even like arguing with people. I don't like confrontation. I just don't like that stuff because that's not me. Like, I'm just not that type of person. I don't like drama. I don't like none of that stuff. She said something and then I was like, you know what, how about you just place me somewhere so I can get out of y'all area so y'all can finish having the conversation about what y'all were just talking about, which was me. So you need to go to the back and talk with the manager. How about you go talk to the manager, the head manager of the store? And I was like, okay, I will. And then I walked off and I went to the back and I had to sit down with, I didn't have to sit down with this lady, but I thought I did. So I sat and I talked with her and she was like very understanding. And as I was talking to her, the lady who I got into an argument with, she walked by and the lady let me know that she walked by, and then she gave me a number that I needed, accommodations number that I needed to contact if I was having any issues with like my back and stuff, if I needed documentation, like different stuff like that, just, you know. But yeah, she gave me all of that, and then we ended up having to go to the office where the lady was talking to like the managers, like the head managers of the store. And with her talking to them first, they already have their own point of view of what the situation is or what it was. So they already have an opinion of what type of person I am, or you know what I mean. They sent me home early and I felt like I was being double teamed in that little small office, but I don't care, not anymore. Like, I could find another job. I know it's not gonna be easy, but it just is what it is. Nobody cares. Like, I'm like the best worker there. I've been there for like a year and I've never ever had any type of issue with anybody because I'm like the most friendliest person ever, and I wouldn't do like anything to disrespect anybody like on purpose. Like, I'm not even the disrespectful type. Like, I'm not just gonna like try to start drama to start drama. Like, I'm not that type of person. And for her to drag me through all of that, like, that's not cool. But tomorrow is a brand new day, and I'm just, you know what, let me tell you this. Like, I was on the phone with some people that you're supposed to call when incidents like that happen at work, and the lady who sent me home, she was sneaking out the back side of the building because I was parked in the back and I was talking to the people on the phone. She comes out of the back side of the building and she's smoking a cigarette. Like, you're not even supposed to do that. You're on the clock, dude. Like, and then she has the nerve to ask me, are you okay? Are you all right? Like, if you don't get out of my face after you just try to double team me with some freaking lady who literally just started working at the Walmart, who just transferred over, who like isn't taking the time to get to know anybody on the floor. She just walked in and expect people to bow down to her. Like, no, don't ask me, am I okay? No, I'm not okay. Like, that's not cool. I'm so over my job. I need a new job, like, for real. I really need a new job. I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna try to stick it out as long as possible, but I know there's something better for me out there. Like, I just hate like stressing myself out, because when I'm stressed, the baby is stressed, and I don't like that. I like to be happy. I'm like one of the most happiest, jolliest persons or people that you will ever meet, like ever. Like, I'm a cool, chill, down to earth person. But whenever you're disrespectful to me, like, and think you can run over me and talk to me any kind of way or say something and expect me not to say anything back to you, that's what gets to me. And that's when I act out of character sometimes. This was a whole mess, and I am like, I don't know if I should be or not, but I am embarrassed about the situation, like, because that's not me. That's not, that's not how I act, and that has never happened to me on a job before. Like, that's crazy. And they sent me home because they felt like I had an attitude. Of course, I did have like a little attitude because I felt like I was being disrespected, and I felt like I was being double teamed. But like I said, we're gonna drop this situation, throw it in the trash. It's whatever consequences that I have to face, I'll just face them. I have to go back in tomorrow at like 8:30 in the morning. If they call me to the office and tell me that I'm fired, then I'm just fired and I just have to get another job. But yeah, it is what it is. I know that God has a plan for me, and if the plan is to get fired the plan is to get fired from Walmart for standing up for myself, then that's just is what it is. I'm tired of letting people run all over me when they feel like it. Like, no. But yeah, that's what I had to say, guys, and I'm sorry for crying and being like a big baby about the whole situation, but it's just some things you do, you don't do. Like, ugh, it's just so much, guys. But thank you guys for watching. Okay, guys, so in the next clip you will see me having a conversation with one of the people in personnel. I think she's like, I don't know what she is. I'm not sure if she's a manager, but I thought that I had to talk to her, but she was the wrong person I had to talk to, I think. But she ended up giving me some advice on the situation, and she gave me a number that I needed to call. She's the person you go to if you're pregnant and you have any questions about anything. But I didn't know that I didn't need to talk to her. She should have sent me to like the management office before the lady I got into an argument talked to them, because time I walked in there, they were really rude. And one lady, she didn't even give me her full attention, and the other lady, she was just standing at the door. It was like she was kind of sort of yelling at me, but it was like a whole mess. But yeah, they had already had their opinion on how they felt about the situation. They didn't really try to give me a chance to talk. They were just saying, you have a choice, either go home or you can stay at work. I tried to tell them about the whole situation, but they weren't hearing it. Like, they didn't even want to hear nothing I had to say. These are the clips, and as you guys will see, I ended up walking out and telling them bye. So